Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, we are going to look for more about inequalities. So in this video, I will cover inequalities with two variables. So in the previous example, I showed you inequalities with only one variable. So you know that how we can solve for this one. So for these equations here, we only have one unknown variable, so which is x. And our goal is to find possible values for x. So what about inequalities with two variables? So in these equations, you will notice that I have two unknown variables, x and y. So basically, I'm going to look for what's the possible values for x and y, and how could we express inequalities in graphically. Okay, so first let's touch on this question, y less than negative 4x minus 3. So I want to know what are the possible values for x and y. So basically I just want to make up some numbers. So for this example, I make up x equals to 0. So what are the possible values for y when x is equal to 0? So I plug in the 0 here to the equation. So we have negative 4 times 0, so which is 0 minus 3. So 0 minus 3 is negative 3. So y should be less than negative 3, right? So we have the possible value for y, so which is less than negative 3. So we have negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, something like that. So basically, I can also rewrite these expressions in the coordinate format. So we have 0, negative 4, 0, negative 5, and 0, negative 6. So these are points, are all my possible values for the first inequalities. So in the next question, I want to show you how could we express these inequalities by graphically in a function form. So in the graphing calculator, I show you y equals negative 4x minus 3. It's showing you in the right-hand side. So what does this function mean? So it means that the point here, all the points here, will satisfy the equation y equals negative 4x minus 3. So what are the examples? So for this example, we have negative 1, 1. So when x is negative 1, y is equal to 1, and is satisfied with this equation. So if I change the sign to y less than negative 4x minus 3, so how is it different from y equals negative 4x minus 3? So one major difference is that you will notice that the line is represented in dashed line. So could you see that? So which means that y is not equals to negative 4x minus 3 anymore. Second thing is that the left-hand side from this function, so is shaded. So what does that tell you? So basically it tells you that all the points for this region will satisfy for this equation, y less than negative 4x minus 3. So if you still remember from earlier this video, you'll notice that 0, negative 4, 0, negative 5, and 0, negative 6 are the possible value for this equation in these inequalities. So basically negative 1, negative 4, negative 1, negative 5, and negative 1, negative 6 are also the possible values for these inequalities. So which means that all the points below this line will be my solution for these inequalities if you saw the less than sign here. Now, so what happens if I change the sign to y less than or equals to negative 4x minus 3? So we notice that the line is in solid line because y is equals to negative 4x minus 3 in this case as well. Same thing situation happen if I change the sign to greater sign. So notice that the other region is shaded. It's not from this region anymore. So which tells you that all the points above the line will satisfy the function y greater than negative 4x minus 3. And also you notice that it's represented in a dashed line, which tells me that y is not equal to negative 4x minus 3. So notice that if I change the sign to greater or equal sign, notice that the line is represented by a solid line, it's not dashed line. And all the points above this line will be shaded. So basically this is the end of part 1 video. I just want to show you the basic intuition of how you can graph inequalities with two variables. So for next video, I want to give you some exercise for practice without using graphing calculator. So see you next time.